Hello, my beautiful Aquarius. Welcome to your monthly reading. I'm going to dive right in here. We're going to check to see what's coming your way within the next 4 weeks. And this is going to be your general reading. And after these ones, I'm going to post your financial readings. If you're new here, this is Divine Light. I hope you enjoy this one. I see many pathways opening outside, and there's a tears of joy coming forward. I feel like this is connecting with the pathway news, but also there's a person standing here. Kind of looks like a woman. She has her hands tied up around her chest. This can be someone praying for you, or this can be your prayers being heard and coming into your life in a gentle way, because this is feminine energy. So this symbolizes compassion, love, appreciation, care. So it can be showing up for you in the most caring way. I see there's a chunk of money appearing for some of you, which can also be opportunities. Maybe what you're looking for is not money. What you're looking for is resources and connections and the right information. Seems like this is showing up here. But before this shows up, there is a negotiation happening over this thing, okay? You're sitting across from table with someone with a big head. The big head can be a physical feature, or the big head can be symbolizing this person has a lot of information in their mind, or a lot of thoughts in their mind. They are, like contemplating a lot of things, or covering up a lot of subjects, thinking about, calculating about a lot of things. And there's a devil in between. You can see the horns of the devil. The devil can be symbolizing a Capricorn energy. And this can be a Capricorn that is in your life, maybe trying to negotiate in between, trying to mediate this situation. But at the same time, the devil, the Capricorn, can be your obsession. Maybe you overthinking the situation. You are trying to make sense of it in a mental way. But I feel here, because there's a heart right there, there's a shape of a heart. We see the heart as like the classic shape that we know, like this, but actually the heart is like a rounded shape, the heart. So I see that within your heart there's a perfect desire. There's a fairy over it. Fairies tend to be, if you believe in mythology or their existence, they tend to be stubborn little creatures that can be a little bit mischievous. But this might be the thing that you need in order to achieve success in what you want. Okay, that's why maybe the fairies are showing up. They're coming as an inspiration to you. I have a cat here. Her name is Luna. She keeps sitting by the wardrobe door. So if you're hearing something in the background like this, that's her being mischievous. Okay, so I have a crescent moon right here too. This is her. Okay, I don't know if you can hear her. And there's a crescent moon right here. For some of you, this heart's desire can be a legal opportunity, contract, maybe an acceptance to a school, a job, or maybe someone in your heart that is actually mischievous, maybe finding their way around structure, okay? Because this tend to be, if someone is mischievous, let's use the same word again, and they do not like to obey to the authority, they have hard time to find a place for themselves. But it seems like this person, if this is you, that's okay. And if that's somebody else in your life that maybe your mind is always on them, they are finding their way here. Okay, they're finding an authority, they're finding whatever is in their hearts desire that is opening new pathways for them. I feel like this is going to affect your life as well. This can be someone that is dependent on you, and they may be requiring your financial support, your mental support. And it seems like when they negotiate, maybe you're negotiating with them as well. When you settle on this deal, we have a new pathway opening here for you, okay? And the new pathway is outside of your comfort zone, and it is on the shoulders of angels, basically, and the prayers. It has a lot of fire in it. The fire and like a fire flower. So this kind of looks like a person and also a flower. There's another woman here with the long hair, kind of like Rapunzel. Kind of looks like masculine on one side, feminine on the other side, and she releases her hair from the tower. meaning this is an escape route for you, okay? In the positive way. It's not going to be like an escape route to that something is going to chase you. As you know, in the story of the Rapunzel, the old witch actually falls. I think she falls off the tower. So there's no one left to chase her and haunt her, basically. So this is not going to be something like you are going to run away all your life long. It's going to be something that you settle the past and you leave the past in the past and then set off to a new adventure. I know this is for the next 4 weeks and this sounds like a future plans as well, but I'm going to calculate the timeline here for you. The pathway seems like opening within the first quarter of the month, at the end of the first quarter. And this can be a little messy when it just shows up first. You might hesitate and wait until you get that inner calling, divine calling, or maybe approval from, if this is a financial approval from an institution, you're going to get, wait for that approval to come forward in order to start taking steps towards it. There's a legal paper here within the second quarter of the month, and it's looking like a clean paper which has a gateway under it right there. There's a person wearing a big cloak, kind of reminds me of the clothing of the shamans. I don't know if you ever watched them. You can like Google them. You can see it when they're doing their ceremonies. They wear a lot of these bells and whistles. And this kind of looks like someone who has spiritual powers are actually like guiding this. Another thing I see here, you can see the mouth of a fish trying to catch the bait. And this can be your bait that you're putting out there. The first thing popped into my mind is maybe your bait is your spiritual powers, that your manifestation powers. The bait is your knowledge, information, experience that you have. And the bait can be a product you have. You are selling it, you're testing it, you're putting it out there. And then the gateway opening actually symbolizes that this will carry you to a new dimension, maybe new customer base, new human beings with like their good intentions, positive intentions, with their own visions of future, which will initially be a little shocking. That's why I see here there's a flamenco. Is that the music type? Now my mind got messed up. The pink bird with skinny legs I see here. I want to say pelican as well, but I don't see that here. I don't know, like this kind of looks like emu as well. You see the head and the big body and the small head. Emus tend to be aggressive, and the horse is right here. Okay, you can see the horse right here, and a woman is kissing the horse. Woman is the receiving energy. She's the feminine energy, and there's another second horse right here. Emus tend to be aggressive, so initially you might be stepping into a new environment. You're dealing with this kind of emus that are actually useless farm. That's the name of the Instagram account. There's this lady, she has many animals. She has this emu, keeps attacking her all the time, and she keeps them, she holds her tight. I don't think they can be trained, so that's actually something. Maybe this is someone that you're dealing with that cannot be trained, that is really bothering, bugging you. But it seems like within the third quarter of the month, there are two horses coming and you're hugging the horses, meaning your wishes and desires are coming, doubling down, galloping towards you. So you're not going to be dealing with the emus anymore. You're going to be dealing with the horses. You're going to be dealing with horses. They tend to be a little bit spoiled when you treat them like children as well. But it seems like your horse as a symbol, a very beautiful symbol, because it means that your wish fulfillment. Okay. When it comes to the fourth quarter, I see a heart shape right here. Kind of looks like a bird flying as well. The bird is good news. I see two roofs on the hill. For some of you, this can be a moving opportunity. And I don't know if you have been watching my latest videos. I have been moving for the last 3 weeks now. That's why I have been MIA. So, and I had to move twice, by the way, because of I moved to a house and then they had big problems and I had to leave it, to the second one. Now we have a good peaceful environment in that space. So the news is maybe there is some news that you need to wait in order to take action towards a big life-changing decision. Okay, so that's what I didn't do. I didn't gather information. I didn't ask around the neighborhood. I just found a place that I liked. I liked the energy of the space, but I didn't check the energy of the other buildings, other apartments, surroundings, and the neighbors. So this here, the bird is your guidance. The bird can be a friend that is living in the neighborhood, someone who has insight. This doesn't have to be someone you know. This can be maybe searching the space in Facebook. This can be a company, like there are websites that you can actually see how the culture in companies that you can look at before you jump into something that will connect you. It's in order to cut the losses, I feel like. Just give it some time and let the information to come to you, and then take the necessary action, because there's a bigger and better home that you're building on the hill. You see there are 2 little, even 3 little homes next to each other, but then you're going to be on top of a bigger home. Home can be a relationship. Home can be a new job, a school. If you want to go to school, maybe you think that one school is better than other, but then when you dig it up, it is going to turn out not to be so. So some little time, maybe 3-4 days research can be even enough here. Not very long time, because this is like a last quarter of the month. And then at the end, your wish fulfillment is showing up here. Let's dive into your saucer now. If you have a specific question, a desire, and intention, hold it in your mind. I see a cloud here. Kind of looks like the mouth, as there's a human. The clouds can be symbolizing not having clarity at a moment. And I feel like there's someone outside your comfort zone, not you're expecting them to bring clarity, but they're not there. They're not serving that. So maybe it's just, again, giving it this one time as well is the key. For example, I feel like this can be for some of your relationship, okay? You are starting to see someone and they're not calling you back and they're not communicating, and you are maybe thinking, wondering there's something wrong with your situation, or something is happening to them and you should be helping. But it seems like here they want to stay outside. That's a free will choice. They're not really struggling to come in and be there. So giving that time is going to change your perspective, and maybe even give them a perspective as well. Okay, let's dive into the saucer. Let's see. Okay, I see an evil eye right here. This is not really in your heart. It's not really in your home. This is coming from outside, and it's not really affecting things, but they're shadowing the process here. Your desire coming really fast, guys. It's not much time left. It is happening very soon. I kind of see like a sugar cane here turning into a gateway. Sugar cane in your heart turning into a gateway is extremely beautiful symbol, because sugar cane is what makes you happy. Okay, the sweet things in life. And sweet doesn't have to be sweet things for all of you, because sometimes you might be like loving jalapeno pickles, which can be your joyful, the thing that gives you joy. So, but that is opening up a gateway. This means this month is the month of Gemini, the month of communication. And if you have that kind of like people that when you communicate, you feel that sweet taste in your mouth, in your life, as like in your heart, because there's a person standing here on the hill. Open the communication lines with this person, and what will happen is that the resources, the desires are going to start unlocking one by one. I see here a whirling dervish, and you cannot really see the head of them, because sometimes they can put their head down when they're whirling. I don't know if you ever watched them. Whirling dervishes can connect to the creator of all that is through that whirling meditation. And when they do, what they do is, like when you watch their hand, one hand looks upward, one hand looks downward, meaning they take the energy from the creator and they share it with the earth plane. So it seems like here, this gateway can also be something that maybe there's a service that you want to put out there. There's like service in the meaning of, it doesn't have to be like a job kind of a service. It can be even feeding the stray cats, or making a little birdhouse for the birds coming to your garden. Like when you take, the energy will come to you, it will flow to you, the energy fields are opening, but it requires to have some sort of like an exchange here, as I can see. Okay, there's a little exchange, or maybe a little even more, that as much as you can give. Give in the sense of, doesn't mean that giving material things. This can be giving a smile, hello, or helping, like I said, helping the animals, or the things that you can afford, will open up this kind of like a gateway, new gateways for you. I see a letter C here. This can be in someone's first name or the last name showing up in your life. There is a grumpy face that looks like a light bulb, but broken light bulb. And I see a letter H here, like Harry. This can be a person, exactly what it is, a broken light bulb. And what they do is they come up with the ideas all the time, bright ideas, but they're broken. They do not really fix your problems, okay? So it seems like you're also drawing some boundaries towards this person and pushing them away, because the solutions they come up with are maybe only benefiting them. It's not really working out for you, it seems like, which is also a good boundary moment for you, okay? Let's dive into your tarot now, and then I'm going to jump after that to your oracle, okay? We're going to see what's happening currently in your energy, and what's going to be coming your way this month. If you have a specific subject, it's good to focus on that, but if you don't have any, we're going to have a general one. We have a Page of Cups. Seems like here, the fish can symbolize money. You might be receiving a good offer. This can also be because it's yourself, symbolizing yourself currently. You have something amazing to offer at this moment. You're not really maybe aware of it because of, I see on the bottom we have the devil here. Maybe because of this kind of like thoughts bugging you, or you might even have like human beings surrounding you and telling you, oh, you cannot do that. Maybe what you're offering is not good enough. It seems like here your job is to know that you carry value. Everything you do is valuable, worthy of love, appreciation, success, abundance, prosperity, okay? Main theme of the month is making things happen, guys. The Magician coming forward here. He has every tool that he needs, as you can see, as you will be giving every tool that you need. The wand, the cup, the pentacle, the sword. You have your magic wand, the candle in your hand, and this is a serpent belt, meaning you understand the cycle of life. You understand where to hold on to, who to hold on to, who to let go. And even if you're not really aware of that, you're going to become aware of these things this month, and every action you take is going to create amazing results, okay? What you should embrace is self-love, nurturing. You see that she's surrounded by a little baby mermaids here, Queen of Cups. This can also be a lady, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. She's loving, affectionate towards you, and maybe even replicating how she is treating you to yourself is going to boost your manifestation powers, boost your creation powers here, and maybe bring the things your heart's desiring faster. The action step is use your resources, gather them up. Queen of Pentacles. She has all the resources in her hand. She has fast-growing animals, fast-growing opportunities, and the action step is gather up those resources and maybe make a list of the things you can do and start applying them. When you do, we have the Nine of Wands. Initially, you might feel like you're outside of your comfort zone. You did a lot of work. You might feel tired and overworked, and that can be the first thing coming forward. But then we have the Knight of Pentacles. You're going to start collecting the fruits of that hard labor. You see his acres and acres of land are behind him, and he's looking at his pentacle. He's confident. His horse even dressed up beautifully. So he has here the leaves. I don't know if these olive leaves around his helmet, around the horse as well. So he is using the resources very wisely. You might need to a little bit defend your territory, say no when it's necessary, and rest your body a little bit, but then you will really have a chance to enjoy the fruits of that hard labor. This is looking very good, guys. I feel like everything is self-explanatory here, okay? You have something to offer, and trust that some people are needing that. celebration, fun, enjoyment coming with the Page of Cups. This is yourself currently. So even if you're not in that mood, this is basically suggesting that celebrate before it comes. Celebration doesn't mean throw a big party out of pocket. It doesn't mean that. It means what would you do if you had what you wanted? How would you feel? Put yourself into that mood, into that state, okay? And with that celebration and enjoyment and having fun and waking up to the day to have fun. And that will bring you the opportunity, the good fortune, and the tools necessary to make things happen. And with here, what you should embrace, you'll be receiving a precious gift and accept the gift, okay? The gift can be coming from someone who loves you, supports you, appreciates you. It's about accepting that gift at that time. And another thing I feel here is maybe you are rejecting the things coming to you, the gifts coming to you, and maybe you're feeling like, oh, they don't have enough, so I shouldn't take from them. Or maybe you're feeling like, if I should take something from them, maybe I need to return it back. But I feel this is a loving gift, okay? Can be a compliment, can be financial support, can be connections, can be communications, references. If you maybe some schools, for example, if you want to go to school, they always ask for reference. This can be what you're needing. And what you should embrace is accepting it with not only your mouth, your hand, taking it with your heart, knowing that this belongs to you. Creator actually using all the forces in the universe to get this gift delivered to you, okay? So you can accept it with love and compassion. The action step, I feel like finding resources in need of help, assistance, or guidance. The resources will show up the perfect way. Your action step is taking the assistance also here, but with the Queen of Pentacles, allocating those resources in the best possible way, not only taking it, putting on the side, but also putting in the necessary resources, necessary places that needs to go, okay? That maybe this is an investment opportunity, that put it in there. Do not delay it. Maybe you want to buy certain things, like a precious things, but you're delaying it. Oh, I'll wait till tomorrow. I'll wait till the next Monday. Maybe it's time to do it. Not really, maybe I feel like here the Queen of Pentacles is determined. So be determined and first do your research, of course, ask around, and then take strong steps. And when you do, first I see here, family wishes come true. You might feel a little bit tired because of the hard work that you're going to be putting in, maybe mental work, not only physical, but mental work that you're going to be putting into this thing. You might feel a little tired, but you're going to feel the family wishes come true. And with the Knight of Pentacles energy also has that long-term stability. You can see on the background, he has his land, beautiful land, and there's a home somewhere. I think this was supposed to be a home, but kind of looks like a dog right here. So his money is loyal to him, not only him, loyal to what he does. So this is your energy, not you being dedicated to your work, but also your work being dedicated to you. It is feeding you, growing you at the same time. I'm going to get your oracle now. If there's something that is blocked in your life, you can focus on that one, or overall, whatever is coming your way. If there's a blockage, let's see how it can be healed. We have angelic help, miraculous aid, the winged wise ones. This is actually the blockage is when what needs to be resolved to clear the challenge. So if you're depending, we have the purple. This is actually, purple is the third eye chakra. If you're only dependent on yourself, and which we tend to do that because we're living in an extremely individual timeline now. Nobody needs each other. People can live without seeing one human being now. You can order your groceries, you can work online, you don't have to see people. Like, we are in those timelines, and it seems like here this is breaking up the society a little bit too. So this causes us to only solely depend on ourselves, not to others. Also, angelic miraculous help, that divine help, we just cut off our energy from that. That can be the blockage for here. Some of you, Aquarius, you are actually highly intelligent, logical, and you might also have this kind of like a stoic attitude, knowing that everything is, this is the flow of life, and good and bad, everything is in it, and I cannot really ask for more. But this is actually telling angelic help, we're living in a free will based world and universe. So if you don't ask, you won't receive it. Spiritually, mentally, physically, we need to ask for things to come. So this is basically telling you there's a blockage in that department, that you need to start asking to and receiving it. The healing will come forward through discipline and having strong boundaries. 9 of Wands now makes sense to me. Final outcome, when you achieve success, you might get a lot of people coming to you. Or maybe that's why you want to put a distance between the higher powers and the divine, because you don't want to deal with other people's demands. But it seems like the healing will come forward. This is showing up so you can pull up your boundaries, like here with the 9 of Wands energy. You see him, he has his wands up, defending his territory. Having discipline with your boundaries is going to start the healing when it comes to this process here. And the final outcome, 2 cards want to come forward. Exactly. Spirit communication, paying attention. Number 11. We have Desert Prince, the survival, false promises. I feel like from that, you're going to upgrade to spirit communication, paying attention, hearing the divine inspiration that has been given to you. Okay. This maybe from survival. If you're living in the survival mood right now, from this month, like I said, with the Gemini energies, the communication lines opening up, perfect alignment with your desires, and what you ask for will be delivered. And you're going to have real understanding with people. They're going to understand you perfectly. You're going to understand them perfectly. So you're going to get outside of that survival, false promises, that zone that you have been in, to jump into spirit communication. Okay, paying attention to what is actually how you can guide the future with your mental work. Let's get to your second oracle now. I ask the best advice or guidance for my beautiful Aquarius now through unconditional love. Thank you. Let's see. We have here, I feel like she's a divine entity here. She has a sword. Sword is your energy. Again, Aquarius, this is sword is air energy, your communication lines opening. She's wearing this dark blue necklaces. That's also air. So it's time to start speaking your truth and requesting first from the higher powers, then from the people that are coming into your life, because you're growing a new forest, a mental forest. Have faith in yourself and in higher powers. They lead you in dark times, even when you feel you have lost guidance. And she is dependent on on herself, as you can see in this picture. When you do ask with that confidence, the help will be showing up faster. Okay, let's see the affirmation throughout this next 4 weeks. These affirmations can also reflect what is missing, maybe, or what you should be focusing on. Okay, exactly. I open myself to all good. For some of you, like I said, you might be feeling isolated because that's what's needed. Maybe you're not really trusting what's going on outside, but it seems like here you need to open yourself to all good. I receive life's gifts and with joy and pleasure and gratitude. It's great. I open myself to all good. Okay, not some, not a little bit, all the good coming into your life. All right, my beautifuls, that's all for today. Hope you enjoy your reading. If you do, don't forget to give this one a thumbs up. And if you want to see more of these, go ahead and subscribe to my channel. I wish you all a magical day. Bye.